Hey, good morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Hello.
Welcome to Coffee Catch Up with Ian's.
Oh, make the tea.
That was a wee bit rare, but never
Yeah.
mind. Coffee ready. Unashamed branding. Yeah, only good. Not really, really good to see you. If you're jumping on live, let us know that you're here so we
Yeah.
can say hello to you and let us know what you're up to. We're missing you, but really good that we get to connect with you this morning online. Hope you've been enjoying the sun. It's been really good. If we've never met you before or never been able to connect with you in person, you've just been jumping in with some of these conversations on a Wednesday, or you've been connecting at church online, we love to help you find out more, and it's really easy to do that. Just go to our website and to the I'm New section, and you can get some more details there. Good to see you, Roshing. Great to have you.
Yeah, morning.
And but good to be here. What number is this? Our
Don't know. So there's track number 6
usually
or
really
something.
number 6. I think you're right.
Yeah. So how's your week been? What have you been up to? Last week we tried to encourage you to push in, like us, to celebration, to the practice of celebration, to the art of celebration. And I don't know how it's gone for you. For us, some days have been brilliant, super easy, sun shining, birds tweeting, celebrating's really easy.
Yeah.
Other days it's a bit harder, where illness is lingering around, where there's tiredness and things more trying to push into your mind. But in all of it, in every one of those moments, God's present.
Yeah, absolutely.
And He's working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of talked to you last week about Pentecost, because Sunday
right.
gone, it's just Pentecost, and we put out the invitation there to celebrate. So
right.
did any of you do anything to celebrate? What did you
Yeah,
get
let
up
us
to?
know put them in the comments if you had a Pentecost party or anything. Let us know what's happening.
Yeah, Pentecost, it was a great moment. It was a moment that God's Spirit got poured out, the church got born. It was a great day to celebrate. For us, what did we do? We had a fire pit and we made s'mores
On
in
a
the fire
boiling
pit.
hot day, we decided
Yeah,
that
I know it's a bit hot for a fire
time
pit.
to light a fire. So we were all sweating while making s'mores on the fire. But it was good fun. It was really good fun.
There's never a better time for s'mores.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know what I've just noticed? This is hilarious. Remember last week we had the story of the postman who wasn't actually the postman? Well, you can't see this, and it would be too awkward for my to try and show you, but the red van of the postman is sitting right outside our front window. I'm looking right at it right now.
I don't think it's coming to us, but
I
we'll
think
keep
it's
going until
delivery.
it goes.
Yeah, so we'll keep going, and then when I have to leave, I'm actually
leave.
going. We haven't orchestrated this. This is genuine.
Okay.
So we had a Pentecost party. Maybe you did too, and of course Pentecost is more than just having parties. It's about the moment the Holy Spirit was poured out, and it's actually in remembering things in the past that God has done that we become awakened to it in this moment, in the present. And the Pentecost was not just a one-time thing. The Holy Spirit was just not poured out on one occasion. God is still moving by His Spirit right now, and so we want to do that, and we want to be a part of that. And this week we've been challenged about that. We've been challenged to look with eyes of faith and possibility at what God is doing around us and where He is moving by His Spirit, and to look at this moment in particular and into the future with what He's doing rather than what we might see.
I'm going to get the real
you
postman.
You go and get the postman. It'd be hilarious. I can't believe that. What are the chances that on a Wednesday, I mean, we haven't had the postman all week, and then on a Wednesday, just happens to happen, 11 o'clock, bang on. I mean, there's 10-minute window or whatever it is. Anyway, so I don't know whether to keep going or to wait for Shani to come back and find out what exciting things we got delivered. Good to see some of you. Good to see you, Stephen, Steph. Great. Subtle advertisement for church. Yeah, my little mug.
No, it's just our dishes need washed.
I have to say
Let's
that.
be honest about it.
This could have been super intentional. No, so it's really good. So yeah, so where were we? Was it a fun delivery?
I don't know where you were,
okay.
but I'm just going to jump in with something sensible.
Okay, go. You
Okay.
bring it back on point, because I think I lost my. No, I was just chatting. It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, we were thinking about COVID. We're thinking about this week and what we want to push into. And we're thinking, actually, do you know what? Have you ever been involved in a hurricane? Probably if you're watching from Northern Ireland, probably the answer is no. I think the closest I've ever got to was in Jacobed, needing to be rescued by mountain rescue in the middle of a storm.
Hilarious story, by the way.
Yeah.
Which we will tell
Another day.
time, or which you'll have to ask her when you see her.
Yeah, absolutely. However, we were thinking about it, in a hurricane, it can feel like that. You hibernate in, you hold in, and then when it's over, there's that moment where you open the door. You open and you see what's happened. You take stock, you look. I don't know, in a kind of weird way, COVID feels a wee bit like that. Things are slowly starting to lift up, and we're slowly starting to open the door and have a look. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes you see the damage that's been caused economically, socially, and that can feel a bit like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready to engage in this. I want to stay in. I want to stay in lockdown. I want to stay hidden up. And there can be a wee bit of fear or disappointment that comes with that.
Yeah, but we've been really challenged just personally this week to look differently at that and to actually begin to ask, well, what is it that God is seeing and what is it that He is doing, and to look with eyes of faith and possibility. And you see, God's not intimidated by this moment. He's not caught off guard, and He's certainly not distant or aloof. God's right in the middle of the chaos, bringing His order in life, and He's right in the middle of the morning, bringing comfort, and He's right in the middle of places of uncertainty, just speaking hope and promise and all kinds of stuff. And so we want to see what is He doing and what is He speaking. And I love that wherever God is moving and whatever He is doing, He's always inviting us to be a part of it. Like, it's never something that God just does on His own. He always invites His people to be a part of it. And so what does it look like for us to look around and to see that, rather than to be so intimidated or afraid of what we're uncertain of?
Yeah, so that's our invitation for this week, is faith. We're going to push into that this week, and I want to invite you and call you to do that too. We're kind of pushing into, actually, what would this moment look like through the perspective of faith? What would this moment look like, and what is possible when God's involved?
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean pretending it's okay. Doesn't mean pretending things aren't bothering you. But it's a choice. It's a choice to invite God into the moment and into the middle of it all, to help us look beyond our small story to the things that He's doing right now. It's not a delay. It's not waiting for this to be over. It's right now. What's He doing in us, around us, physically, virtually?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, how do we begin to do that? And one of the things, or a few things that we find really helpful this week. The first one seems really simple, but it's absolutely essential. Like, it's not possible without that. And that's obviously, we've been thinking about Pentecost. Ask for the Holy Spirit. Like, I just love the difference with the disciples in the story of Pentecost. Before and after the Holy Spirit comes on them with power. Beforehand, they're stuck in lockdown. Their doors are closed because they're afraid of the authorities. The outside chaos looks like a threat, and they're just afraid. And then the Holy Spirit comes on them in power, and suddenly the doors are blown open. They have boldness to speak of God, and they aren't afraid of the outside world and the chaos. They actually see it now as an opportunity for God to bring His life and to bring His hope. And so that's the same for us too. We need the Holy Spirit. I don't know if it's possible to step into this moment with eyes of possibility and faith and courage without the power of the Holy Spirit in our lives. And so why don't you ask afresh, if you haven't already? I'm asking every day this week just for more of the Holy Spirit, for Him to breathe afresh on me, for Him to fill me, for Him to empower me. And maybe you've never experienced God like that. You've never experienced His love or encountered Him. And I have just so many stories of friends and people that I know, and they've encountered God through the Holy Spirit, and that's how they've come to know Jesus, and their life has been turned around like the disciples. So why not ask for the first time?
Yeah. Next thing we want to say is choose to connect with people of faith. There's so many voices going on in the world right now at the minute, and especially if you're tired or if you're feeling a bit emotionally vulnerable, we need to be so careful what we're listening to, what's shaping our thoughts, what's shaping our mood, what's speaking into our life at the minute. So I wanted to ask you, do you have those people in your life? Do you have those people who will love you, who will go to bat for you, who will encourage you, who will speak God's truth into your life, who will speak possibility into your life? Because if not, we want to find you some. Because that's one of the reasons we meet as church. It's one of the reasons we exist, is to encourage each other, to love each other, to spur each other on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we have virtual small groups that meet during the week, and wherever you are, wherever you're watching us a minute, you're invited. If you go to our website, in the group section, you'll get a wee link to sign up. I'll put it in the comments after this video, so you can find it. But another great way is prayer. We have online prayer slots. If you just click the link to sign up, somebody would just love to pray for you, to be that person, to speak hope, to speak life into you, and to speak encouragement. And also, why not just phone a friend?
Yeah.
Reach out. Like, it's hard to do that sometimes. Sometimes we hunker down and we hibernate in.
Yeah.
But actually, at times like this, we need to reach out. We need those people who can go to bat for us, people who can speak life into you, speak hope into you.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a moment this week where I was just like, my head was melted with stuff. I needed a moment, and I went for a walk, and I just phoned a friend and just talked it out. And just doing that and having them encourage me and pray for me was really, really good. And so why not do that? Don't stay trying to figure it out on your own. Invite people who have faith and encouragement for you. And then finally, to look beyond. Last thing I want to encourage you with to do is to look beyond yourself and your own small story to what God's doing around you, to His heart for others. And I know this can be tricky sometimes because everything that's going on in our own lives, but I've loved hearing stories of, we've loved hearing stories of where people, many of you are just looking beyond yourself to your street and to your neighborhood and just seeing God show up in really incredible ways. In that moment, I love how many of you have just been sharing church online or other stuff on your Facebook feeds, and then just seeing other old friends connect in and ask questions. And I've been doing that, and just it's been really interesting to connect with old friends and just get to ask questions and talk about stuff that we probably wouldn't have talked about if I hadn't kind of just said, hey, this is what's going on and it's what I'm connecting into at this time. And so it's easy to look at the ways you can't do stuff right now, but actually there's so many possibilities and opportunities to connect with what God's doing around you. So why not ask that question this week? God, what are you doing around me, and how do I get involved in that? Because when God's working, He's always inviting us to be part of it too.
Yeah. And finally, we just want to make an exciting announcement that we are kicking off with online alpha in 2 weeks' time.
Brilliant.
So I'm super excited about this. If you don't know about it, if you haven't heard about it, if you've just been since lockdown connecting with us new, if faith's a new thing for you, if it's something you're exploring, if you're starting to ask those bigger questions like, what's life all about? This is for you. This is like a safe online space just to explore, to ask those questions. Like, there's no right or wrong question. You know, it is a good space. You can sign up on our website, and again, I'll put a link in the comments at the end. But it's really helpful space in the chaos of the world at the minute.
Yeah, it's so good, guys. Genuinely can't recommend Alpha enough. If you haven't done it before, it's really well put together, but also it's so simple. It asks deep questions. It's a safe space. It doesn't matter whether someone's an atheist, an agnostic, whether they're just dipping their toe into faith. It's an open forum for them to talk through the things of Christianity and of Jesus, and it's just a really incredible space to do that. So I want to encourage you to think about, like, who could I invite? Like, there's so many people, friends of mine, colleagues, family members, and I'm sure you as well, where people are asking questions that they maybe aren't always asking, just because of the time that we're in, and it's just an incredible opportunity to invite them into a conversation about that. And so why not take a little bit more of a risk and actually ask yourself this week, who could I invite? What would it look like for me to just share it on my Facebook post, to give a personal invite to some of my friends, to share it on whatever media I'm on, just to put it out there and see where God's working and see where God's moving, and get them to sign up. And so can I encourage you to do that, to think about that, to pray about that, maybe to ask God, who can I invite this week to Alpha that's happening, Alpha Online, in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, so that's us for this week. So thanks for joining us. So a few other people there, Dawn, Poppy, Robson, Christine, good to have you. But that's our challenge to you this week. That's our invitation to you this week, is let's push into faith. Let's ask God for eyes of faith. Let's look for what's possible with Him in this moment. Yeah, we love you. Send us your prayer requests. We are encouraging you from here. We're cheerleading you. Love you lots.
Yeah, really good to see you guys this morning. And we're missing you, praying for you. Send us your stories as well. Like, love hearing what God's doing. I just heard so many stories of you meeting God personally in a new way, or seeing God show up with your colleagues or friends. So just keep those stories coming. Let us know what God's doing with you. And really good to see you this morning. If you're checking this out later on, really good to see you as well. And keep in touch.
Yeah. Much love. We'll see what the postman actually delivered.
Yeah, I'm excited. Really excited. All right.
Bye.
See you later.
Probably
Bye.